not an NPQ. An NPQ stands for a National Professional Qualification, and there are various ones that participants can undertake as part of the Leaders Like Us programme. But Leaders Like Us goes beyond the theory and the practice that a participant would learn on an NPQ. So whilst that learning is very valid and very important, Leaders Like Us gives you an extra edge on things that you might not get from the NPQ process. So thinking about working with people who are of your cultural background, people who've got shared experience, people who can help you in mentoring and shadowing, all of those elements that can make a massive difference on your leadership journey, you get as part of Leaders Like Us.
When you work in education in the UK, you want to be in a space where you know that your skills, your abilities, everything that you do is going to be appreciated and valued. LLU gives you the network that you need around you that takes you beyond just the things that you learn on an NPQ or any leadership training program. It puts people around you who have had those experiences and will mentor you through it. It puts people around you who have your best interests at heart and want to see you progress in your careers in the best way possible. So when you're a part of LLU Network and you come onto this program, you will not only benefit immediately from just being in a room with people who are motivated and understand fully the challenges that you will face as a UKME heritage person in education, but you get the additional benefit of having that support around you for the rest of your career.
The real benefit is that you suddenly find a village. It takes a village to be in education these days, and it certainly takes a village to be a leader, whether it's a deputy head, assistant head, a head itself, a head teacher, or an executive head teacher. It's about the village that you create underneath you. And for UKME leaders, that can be a really isolating place when there aren't very many who are like us. And so Leaders Like Us can really help you to find an affinity group who are going to champion you, to support you, to really understand some of the maybe experiences that you have had that others who are from a white cultural background may not have. It really is providing you with a platform to be the best leader that you can be, supported by the best people that can do that for you.
Any school that is able to grow leaders and encourage leadership around it is a school that's going to have those leaders as role models for all of the students around them. It's not just about what we do operationally, but having that strategic thinking throughout your school allows every department, every bit of achievement, every bit of personal growth for those children to become accelerated. And that's what you really want. You want the very best people in front of your students. And when being a part of the LLU program means that you will have that. People who are dedicated to education, seeking to do better for themselves, and even more importantly, always want to do the very best for the students that they serve.
I think anything that makes you the best teacher that you can be can filter into being the best for your school. So completing LLU means you get experiences of working and networking with others in various schools, which brings more experience to the table. It gives you a breadth in terms of your own practice, especially during shadowing week and when you get the opportunities to work with your mentor. The networks again provide you with a basis to talk to different people. You may be in a primary background, you'll meet participants from secondary, you'll meet participants regionally from different areas, and all of that can filter back into best practice that you take back within your school.
I'd say that LLU has supported my career progression by allowing me to be matched with a mentor, someone who was very, very experienced within senior leadership, and it's allowed me to develop and grow. It also allowed me to step outside my comfort zone at points and to really embed what I was learning on my practice. It's also given me the confidence, I would say.
Our LLU is based on a research by Professor Paul Miller, where he spoke about a conceptual model for which we should, as UKME teachers, employ to be able to progress. You will be able to see the research just over here. And if you scan the QR code, it will take you to the research paper. The Leaders Like Us program mirrors 3 out of these 4 aspects, whereby we are providing you training, mentoring, shadowing, and the ability to network with other like minds. Yes, We welcome all teachers, both full-time, flexible working and part-time, on the Leaders Like Us program. We would love to have you there. The simple answer is, in theory, yes. For you to get the most of this program, you need to be in long-term employment. So for example, if you are currently looking to start long-term employment in the next 2 to 3 months, please do apply and we will support you in any way possible to get a long-term contract as a UKME teacher in the UK.
So the network sessions are my favourite bit because I have the privilege of leading them. So what I really love about the network groups is we do have a theme for each one. We do have guest speakers that come and talk to the group, and really it is about sharing their experience within their background, most of which is education, but not all education. We've had speakers from other fields as well, which have actually really added a lot to actually the network processes. But during those meetings, which are all online, so they're really accessible, it's a safe space for participants to share their experiences, to share their challenges, to share the barriers that they have, but also it provides an opportunity to get the experience, the expertise of others, to really gain inspiration and motivation, and to keep drawing you back to the purpose of why we are here as part of this programme. And the key purpose is because we want more leaders like us in our schools, making our schools and our leadership representational of the society in which we live.
So for our mentors who are very, very experienced professionals in education, we want them to have the opportunity to speak among themselves about what they do in education, as well as learn. It's always good to be a learner, so you learn a little bit more. You learn more about the challenges that people from UKME Heritage face when they enter into education. You learn more about the systems that are holding them back, and significantly, you learn how to help them overcome those barriers. It's not just about what you do as a coach, it's also what you do as a mentor in order to help them do better.
I'll tell you a little bit more about what it means to be a mentor, both for the mentee and the mentor. For you as a mentee, it is your duty to arrange virtual dates and in-person dates, if you want to, with your mentor. We expect as minimum for you to meet with your mentee, or rather with your mentor, once a half term for at least an hour. Mentors, what does it mean to be a mentor on the program? Your commitment is we're calling you to please mentor a Leaders Like Us participant for at least 1 hour a half term for the next 18 months.
So if you want to be a change maker and you want to help us advance this project in education, then please do head to the Leaders Like Us website and submit your details so that we can match you with someone within your local area who is aiming and needs your inspiration to become a head teacher. Because by that contribution, we're able to make it so much better for our entire education scope. So all it takes is for you to head to our website and register your details, and we will do all the rest. Well, it's one element to be learning about what you do in leadership. It's another thing to see it live in action. The shadowing program is aimed at ensuring that leaders who are younger, inexperienced leaders get the opportunity to spend some time in the environment of an experienced leader, having and seeing that practical application of the things that they learned on their leadership program. So as a part of the shadowing, it might entail discussions with chairs of governors, it might entail watching you take on difficult situations and difficult conversations, it might entail just watching how an assembly is held. Whatever it takes in order for that leader to understand the practical aspects of education.
So one of the things that we were really keen to ensure when we set up Leaders Like Us was to provide training that enabled leaders to move into their next stage of their career, whether that was a national professional qualification that gave them the skills and the expertise to step into their next part of their leadership journey, or whether it was a course like Aspiring Heads that helped them to build their confidence as a leader. So it was really critical that all our leaders on the Leaders Like Us program program were able to be upskilled, to be provided with a training pathway that would really work for them to enable them to step into their next role.
So like I said, the whole program is 18 months, but you don't have a lot of contact time. So the compulsory contact time is the 10 network sessions that spans across 18 months. Some are virtual, some are in person. Now, if you choose to complete a training pathway as part of your experience on the Leaders Like Us program, you need to factor in your time to complete the MPQ and your time for you to complete Aspiring Heads. Just to say, Aspiring Heads is run by Nadine Bernard. You can find more information here if you scan the QR code. And this is run one Saturday each month from February for the next 6 months.
So Leaders Like Us is aimed at teachers from a global majority heritage background who have aspirations towards senior leadership and headship. And whether that's somebody who's in a middle leadership stage of their career looking to move into a senior leadership role, or someone who is in a senior leadership role already but hasn't quite been able to secure that next role of being a head teacher. And we really want to see our goal of hundreds more global majority heritage head teachers in the English education system through Leaders Like Us. So as a head teacher, this is a fantastic opportunity to support your staff to enable to progress as a teacher and as a leader. The things that they will learn on Leaders Like Us will really enhance their teaching and leadership within your own school. It's completely fully funded, so it's no cost to the school to provide them with that training, but it gives them a unique opportunity to learn from experts in the field, to network with other UKME or global majority heritage teachers in a similar position, and to really build their leadership capabilities and their confidence, which we know will enable them to have a greater impact both within your school and potentially for their future career. So being a mentor on LLU is a fantastic opportunity for someone in a headship role. It's that opportunity to give back to a member of staff who perhaps hasn't had the opportunities to progress in their career and needs that added boost, that added expertise that you can offer as a head teacher. It will enable you to grow in your own understanding of the lived experience of global majority heritage teachers and leaders, and to really learn things for yourself through the training that we offer and through the networks for mentors that we provide.
We work very closely with all our directors of education, so the DDEs, and they work to supply us with mentors in that diocese, and they also help to signpost mentees to us so we can provide this funded program to them.